You're watching Breakfast Central on News Central. It's the second hour. We're looking at the top stories that's coming forth from Nigeria. The chief whip of the Nigerian Senate, Orji Uzor Kalu, has announced he would no longer vie for the presidential ticket of the All Progressives Congress APC. He made the announcement yesterday in a post on his verified Instagram page where he gave reasons for his decision. You can see part of it there on the screen. He says, "I'm even shocked with the number of aspirants coming from the Southwest and the South-South. It is embarrassing that these aspirants, APC and PDP, have no single respect and concern for the Southeast. I had thought they would think about the Southeast. I thought they would support us. The amount of money being spent by these aspirants is alarming, and they have forgotten that money alone," as he rightly put, money alone cannot be the reason for one to buy the presidential race. Well, in a sum up, Kalu, who was a two-term governor of Abuja State, explained that there was no point in joining the contest without the full support of the other regions.
And according to him, 4 of the 6 geopolitical regions of the country have produced the president and vice president at different times, leaving out the southeast and northeast regions. Kalu stressed that should there be any fair clamor for the zoning of the 2023 presidency, such a person ought to emerge from either of the southeast or the northeast. Now, joining us live from Abuja is constitutional lawyer and public affairs analyst, barrister C.C Chukwudi. Thank you so much for joining us on Breakfast Central.
Thank you very much.
So, tell me, what do you make of Orji Uzor Kalu's decision to withdraw from contesting the presidency come 2023?
I would rather say going by the reason.
Barrister Chukwudi, can you hear us?
Withdrawing for the race, it is rather we can analyze. I can hear you loud and clear. I'm saying that go.
All right, your network seems to be fluctuating a bit, but hopefully let's see if we can hear you properly as we proceed with this conversation. Looking at one of the presidential aspirants who has indeed decided to pull out of the race for presidential tickets. Reasons cited, as we mentioned earlier on in this conversation.
And we see a lot of the Southeasterners saying that, okay, at this point in time, the presidency should be zoned. And somehow we're seeing the parties, that is the major parties, the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, and of course the All Progressives Congress, saying, okay, at this point in time, we're not doing zoning, we're becoming a nationalist party. But the Southeasterners are saying, no, it is our time. And if you look at it, it's saying that, okay, Southeast has not clinched the presidential victory, especially since for a very long time, if you look at Agui Ronsi's period. But if you look at it also, we also have Southeasterners vying for the position. So what is wrong? We saw Odumegwu Ojukwu. We also saw other people vying for presidency in Nigeria, but somehow they've not been able to clinch that victory. We still have Barrister Chukwudi with us to analyze this issue. So what do you think, Barrister Chukwudi, of Orji Uzor Kalu stepping down from the presidential race?
Like I said at the initial, I said that the decision to me is rather patriotic. Going by the events currently cascading, it does appear to the presidency to emerge from the Southeast, to have beamed the entire society, the entire country, with a lot of aspire from one region, and as it stands, it makes it, although it is provided that a
Fortunately, I think we seem to have a little bridge in the network of Barrister C.C Chukwudi, who's reaching us all the way from the eastern part of Nigeria, Anambra to be precise. Hopefully you are able to, well, actually he's joining us from Abuja right about today. I mean, I believe in the east and going straight to the Federal Capital Territory. We hope that the network will allow connectivity to be possible so we can have this conversation tete-a-tete, if you put it that way, and go straight into the questions. Looking at the fact that there are so many presidential candidates, and one man is saying that he is pulling out because of the fact that there are many. And you've called that to be very patriotic. Patriotic indeed, many would say, especially those who have stood behind him to ask him to go ahead and represent a certain people like the Igbos, if you put it that way.
Yes, why I said it is patriotic is because not while fighting to represent a particular set of people, why the persons in that area are not coming up with a consensus addendum as to who will represent them. P2B is one of them, Orji Uzor Kalu, one of them, Ngige is one of them, and many more others, including Amechi from the same state. All of them are clamoring for the same presidential ticket. And in such a case, when an opportunity has been granted to such a people, although it is a gentleman's agreement, the people must do themselves what is called fairness and equity by justifying the production of a single and consensus candidate. In which case, the entire community, the entire state, the entire country will run around them in order to ensure that that dream is achieved. But at this stage, when it is indeed purified in such a nature that many people, both Tom and Harry, are coming out from the same position, then it appears as if we are not serious. The people in that particular zone are not serious for what they are vying for. So Orji Uzor Kalu has studied the bill and found out that it will lead to squandering of a lot of money, which at the end of the day may not yield the appropriate result, which is to produce a presidential candidate from the Southeast, and in which case it deems it necessary and expedient to withdraw from the race in order to allow others who would, by way of good opinion, see reason why they need to withdraw and allow a single competent and qualified person to proceed for the race. And in this alone, that dream may be achieved.
Okay, Barr, so
that's my position.
Okay, you talked about Orji Uzor Kalu being patriotic and the fact that there's been no consensual coalition. Now, you also know that there's been clamor for an Igbo president come 2023. You're from the East. Do you see any form of hope or light at the end of the tunnel for the Southeast region with the way things are? Because we've also seen the Southeasterners coming up and vying for the presidential ticket, but somehow they've not been able to clinch victory.
These are one of the things that prevented us from clinching to that position. From the events currently cascading, no one wants to withdraw for another. But if they would toe the line of Orji Uzor Kalu, they would understand that there is need to come up to a town hall meeting and select a competent and qualified person to represent them. That alone can guarantee the light at the end of the tunnel. But if they continue, when they get to the national level, where other states, other zones, including the North, will emerge in order to come out with a candidate, then they will lose because at the grassroots, they have divided their end. So there won't be a light at the end of tunnel. But if we are allowed to select ourselves, then there will be possibility of such dream.
We did get that to your point there, even though we had a little network connectivity issue there. But you know what, Barrister? Let's have another date with you and let's talk about this situation, taking a look at it respectively of the fact that this man, Orji Uzor Kalu, has said he's no longer interested for various reasons, and your point as well, looking at the fact that a consensus should have been met. But you know what? We'll talk to you again hopefully sooner once you return from your trip in Abuja, and do not forget to get some kilichi for the road.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. My regards to everybody.
All right, then.
Thank you.